Medellin was the most dangerous city in the world. What is being said of Mexico today was said about Medellin back in the 90s.
During those dark years, powerful drug cartels made Colombia the world's top cocaine exporter and made Medellin a city under siege. But today, the city of 3 million enjoys dramatically lower crime rates, increased tourism, economic growth, and a thriving cultural scene. Even the poorest sections of Medellin have experienced a marked improvement in quality of life. Many factors contributed to this radical transformation, but one chapter of that history is the explosive growth of related but uncoordinated leader-led movements initiated by the city's Christian leaders and influencers. One of the people behind this citywide transformation is this man, Pablo Cano. He entered Medellin politics as councilman in 1992, facing challenges from all sides. Many of the city's Christians didn't understand how a believer could be involved in politics. At that same time, the then powerful drug cartels were actively targeting politicians. It was a season of danger and sacrifice, not only for Pablo, but his family. Pablo's wife, Claudia.
The most exciting life is when we find the opportunities God gives us. And one of those was the tremendous opportunity when Pablo was part of the Council of Medellin. It was hard, I have to be honest, because it implied a price to pay. Less time with him, the absence at that time in the education of our children. But we managed to agree and endorse it as a family. And it was exciting to be there for the day of his inauguration in this place with the girls, praying that such men of God would fulfill their mission. I think it's an opportunity that we are still reaping the rewards of. That special moment when we as a family said yes.
And what are those rewards? Pablo explains.
The movement has contributed to the city's transformation in various ways. One of them is in the formation of its own leadership. Leaders, entrepreneurs, students, housewives, that united with one vision, with a sense of belonging, we have taken on the task of giving Medellin a sense of belonging, a sense of vision, of mission, so that this city is transformed culturally and academically. Today we are counting on a large number of leaders who are working in businesses, universities, neighborhoods, making Medellin a more honest city, a more vibrant city, a city with a vision of God.
Touching the city with the message of Jesus Christ is at the heart of every activity these leaders have undertaken. Together, these individuals are seeing movements of spiritual multiplication take place. The transformation of Medellin has resulted in positive change for every domain of society. This has resulted from the igniting and accelerating of varied movements. One of the leaders in these movements is Claudia Bravo.
My name is Claudia Bravo. I am a partner in Roundtable, a company with a focus on culture and communications management. I began the company with another person 10 years ago. We began to work impacting the society through some projects of civic contact where we were with the City Hall of Medellin. We did a project where we taught people how to live in community. We taught them how to resolve conflicts within their families, inside their communities, to be better citizens. In this first phase, we impacted 3,000 families, and there was a lot of benefit because leaders in the communities were formed. We then formed leaders, and then they became multipliers. These leaders now belong to committees of the communities where they live. After that, we did other phases where we impacted 25,000 families. It has been of great benefit.
A critical component to the transformation of Medellin has been helping Christian leaders realize their careers are important to God's work. Through various leader-led movements, these believers have discovered their careers and spheres of influence are important to God and can catalyze major change for the kingdom. One of these key leaders is Dr. Fernando Rico. he began attending movement events in the hope of improving his marriage. Through these meetings, God not only changed Dr. Rico's heart, he began to transform an entire company.
I am general manager of Isagen, a business dedicated to the generation and commercialization of energy. At this time, we are the third generator of energy in the Colombian market, and we are growing in important ways. For me, God, or better yet, my relation with God, has played a very important role in all my work. And we have been able to define for the business some principles and some values that are consistent with Christian principles. We say that ethics have three components that illuminate every action we take. The first one, to be ethical, is to do things well, doing things with technical precision, in good faith. The second is to be consistent. That is, if we say that we have some principles, if we say that we have some values, all our activities have to be consistent with those principles and values. The third, and perhaps the most important, is the common good, to value the public over the private. And it carries us then to have a vision like God's, like God sees the human being. The human being is the best creature, is the greatest creature created by God. It's His creation, His masterpiece. And because of that, the respect to that human being is very important. And that is our conception of business. It is a group of human beings working for the well-being of other groups of human beings.
Engaging networks of leaders in cities through their work and workplaces. Igniting and accelerating cooperative Christ-centered movements. Blessing every domain of society in a way that transforms a city. This is leader-led movements, changing the world, one city at a time. Changing cities, one person at a time.